We're a proud club.
Some of my fondest memories really of childhood are down here at the ground really.
It captures the passion of the area.
It makes your weekend, it makes your week.
There's a good atmosphere here.
We are one big happy family.
Cast Tigers is ours. The group that's here now is leading this club forward. This is it, spiritual home. This is where dreams are made. This is where I started watching rugby league at a very early age, 11-year-old. Main stand, this is where all the money men sit, this is where all the supporters sit, the gold members, packed at hill, make a lot of noise. Let's go over to Princes Street, sponsored by Jack Fulton. This is where the people sit, the offside gang I call them, they're all screaming for offside, they see all the line balls and everything. Of course, it's where I started watching game, just on the railway end, probably about 7 or 8 steps up, just behind the post. If you look at it now, probably a lot of away fans stand there. Our family stand, where all the families stand and congregate there, it's great. But then it brings it back to Hubbard Club, the one where everybody wants to stand, every fan, every young person, everybody who wants to make a noise. Weldon Road, packed, 4,000 fans, packed solid. All they want to do is cheer lads on. That's where you want to be match day. If you've any passion in you, if your blood runs black and amber, you stand there and you give everything. That's where I want to stand.
I've been involved with Cast since I was 10-year-old, I suppose. When I first started supporting Castleford, since I was 10. Good years, bad years. It's a family thing, you know. We come down lane once a fortnight. You know, are optimistic. We're walking back up lane sometimes a bit depressed, but you're back again in a fortnight expecting them to do something special. You also remember your first game, 1963, really bad winter. Castle were playing Leeds in the Challenge Cup. I can remember throwing snowballs at Lewis Jones, who were about to take a kick, which the Lords of it in fact. Yeah, that was my first game. We got beat, I think it was about 10-8. Once I was hooked after that, you know.
My first game down here was Gateshead at home in '99. Just the atmosphere was incredible. They used to have JT and Tiger Tot come out on motorbikes and quads and things, and after the games we used to always go and get all the players to sign our shirts. It's a real Sunday family thing to do, you know, have your Sunday dinner, then you come and watch Cass, and that's what it's always been for us, and it's a way to really get the family together, something that the whole family's interested in, and kind of build your bonds together down here. We were once watching the 69 Cup final on like a video that the club had put out, and my dad was like, stop it, pause it, and you could see him in the crowd as like an 8-year-old boy, and it's so lovely to see that he's done that as a young person, and then we've kind of come through doing the same thing.
This time, fellas. My first experience coming down here as a youngster was with my father and my granddad. A dark, cold November night. I can remember it vividly. I'd be about 6-7-year-old. Smell of the wintergreen on the players, the dew on the grass, and we stood in the Princes Street stand. My dad sort of picked me up, sat me on the fence, and I sort of watched the game, the whole game from there, and been hooked ever since. You look at the players then, and they were obviously being tiny. They just seemed huge, you know, and the contacts and the crowd and the atmosphere were fantastic. You know, that's what really sort of captured me, I think. Stay on your toes, stay on your toes. Two-handed carry, Sharpie.
The spirit of Cast Tigers, I think togetherness, I think community. We are one big happy family. The club have got a great tradition in the town, working with the fans, working with the community. The club are very much a community club, and we help the schools with healthy eating and living and helping their aspirations in life, and businesses and sponsors come on board to support that. Businesses have been really, really helpful and really supportive.
You've got to have a real mental toughness to be able to play this sport at the highest level, and I think we're renowned for breeding those type of players.
We used to say that, you know, if we needed a new scrum half, we'd just called out pits and that send us one out. You know, pit lads were tough. You know, the nature of the job, it made them brave. Miners have come from all different pits and all different factories, and they'd unite at Castleford. You know, they shut pits at one time. They'd let them go out early because Castleford were playing on a Friday night.
We all hear about tales of maybe games being put back 5 or 10 minutes because somebody's not quite got out of the pit just in time and he's taken the field and he's been as black as charcoal because he's not managed to get a shower, so he gets his shower after the game. And
Tony Marchant, prime example, was Tony, 86. We kept him out of pit all week so he didn't get injured and looked after him. And that could have happened to any other Featherstone players as well, or Wakefield. You know, they looked after them because, you know, they were our like shining stars, and pit lads have always been like that.
You're going to go skins, aren't you? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
You've got the older end in the club that pass on their knowledge down to you. They pass on a lot of knowledge down to you, look after you well, keep you wanting to train.
Since I've been at Cast, like I've signed 3 years, then a year, now 2 years, and like they've tried to keep me in, you know. So like before my contract runs out, they keep me on board, so then other clubs like don't even have a chance to get in, they want to keep me here, which is a good thing.
Are you proud to be wearing these shirts?
Yeah, of course we are. That's why we're here, innit? We want to play for this club for as long as we can.
Good club, good people to be around, so it's a good feeling to have this shirt on.
We take a fully holistic approach from their education, from the diet and nutrition, from physical development, you know, tactical and technical development, and psychological development as well. These guys aren't the finished article yet, and we've got to make sure that we keep developing their skills to enable them to play at the highest level they can. Okay, go into contact, leg drive, create some space, a little bit of an offload. Let's have some intensity into it, leg drive, yeah, then create space. That's the one, that's better. Go into contact, leg drive, create space and then offload. That's better, guys, better.
We all like to see a winning team, but the fan for me is when they're sticking to them when things aren't going so good. That to me is a proper fan. I talk to other fans who come here and they say, what are you on about, you wanting to move? It's absolutely brilliant here, we love it here. Because you're not top at pit, you're not with players, you can just about touch them, you can say something to them, they can hear you and they can react to that. People love coming here, so I think some players though, Aussie players, that they've never seen crowds like this, they think we're crackers, you know, shouting and singing and bawling in that far away from them. I love it.
Just like the togetherness of the club, everyone's all together all the time. We get what we need out of it, and that's all we need really. Recently, like as fans have picked back up again, you know, with a new coach, and we're winning games again, and we're playing well as a team, and everyone's spirits just come together now, and we're picking up for next year.
I think wherever I end up being based, I'll always come back, really, always come back to see them.
Cast Tigers is ours. It's not anybody else's, it's ours. It's the supporters, it's the people that work here, it's the players. You know, it's a fans club, it's a family club. So this is, to me, this is well worth fighting for.